Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the Two Wins podcast. My name is TD So.
And I'm Matidiso.
And together we are the
T
Twins
Twins on the Two Wins podcast.
podcast.
Welcome.
Welcome back. Yeah.
Guys, we are back.
always
to start the video is always difficult.
Yeah.
Like you stand here, you introduce yourself and you're like, what do I say? Just to crack the conversation.
Yeah.
What do I say?
Because we don't really plan, guys.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
We sit here and then I think of something and we're like, okay, here's the topic. Yeah. So you know what? Those people who have got so much entitlement. There's this cousin of mine. He sent a message in the family group.
Yeah.
Did you read the message?
Yeah.
It's a voice note.
It's a
Because
voice note.
This cousin of mine, our moms are sisters, right? So his mom passed away a long time ago. We don't even know his mom. Yeah, I think my mom was coming after his mom, right? Yeah.
I'm not really
because
sure.
my mom says they were very close. She says they were the closest because yeah. So now one phone now, hey, I'm here in Vereeniging. I'm buying a car. So I need extra money to buy the car. And guess how much he wants?
How much?
3.5. But then who goes? Like you go buy a car, you go somewhere to buy a car. I think already they have advertised
Yes.
how much is this car.
Yes.
If the car is 100,000, so he went there with 86,500.
No.
How much?
90
90.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
96,500.
96,500.
96,500. So that he will call me and say,
No, why can't he buy a cheaper one?
maybe that's the cheapest. What if the only explanation could be that the car that he's buying is the cheapest car.
Yeah.
But then he said, let me take my chances and go. Because I don't think he will go to a place to buy a car if you don't know how much that car is. Because you do your research before you leave your house and say, today I'm going to Toyota and I'm going to buy this car. So yena ufika a short anje nge 3,500. But those are his tricks.
Yeah. They're like, but the way I know the guy, I don't think we're short. Like he's just using, because there are people who are like that. Every time they have to buy something, they feel like someone has to class.
Exactly.
We used to have a friend like that. I
No,
remember this
it was
other
so
time,
embarrassing.
because we're staying at
The
Rest,
West,
right?
yeah, UJ.
We'll go to Pick and Pay to buy bread.
Yeah.
When we're in Pick and Pay buying bread, we'll see her like rushing to someone.
Yeah.
And
Stranger.
then a stranger. And she's asking this person, "Kopa ka 5
rand,
rand."
that
I'm
we
like,
buy bread.
but this is so
Guys.
embarrassing. Like it was in her
Guys.
this other time she was buying socks. I will never forget that day.
Lena, I
Buying
don't
socks.
forget it. Yeah.
And then she asked someone in the shop,
But
come on,
that's like it's entitlement. It's in
I
you.
know.
Hore. I don't pay. And there are some people, okay, it's okay to negotiate. But then there are also some people, everywhere they go,
they
they
want to
feel like I don't
negotiate.
have to pay the full price.
Yeah.
Even if you can see, hore, mutona wa itsukulanya, like by the side of the road, someone is selling crepes and they're saying it's 40 rands and like, I had 30. Like, and I feel like it's being selfish sometimes. Why don't you just, for your reputation also, why don't you just pay and go?
Yeah,
There are bigger things
but there are
buy.
things that you can negotiate.
Exactly,
of course.
bigger things
Yeah.
that you can negotiate. But so you can't just go there to buy bread and then you say, hi, bro, 20 rand, I have 18 rands.
Yeah, no, that's been disrespectful.
It's been disrespectful to the person who is selling. So yeah, she was like that because every time we will be so embarrassed. Like you can't be buying socks. And then you ask people that you don't even know. And so my cousin is like that. Every time he goes somewhere, the last time I spoke to him, and I know that I will never receive a call from him if he's not demanding money.
Yes.
All the time he wants money.
I'm so glad he doesn't have my number.
He doesn't have your number. And then now he calls me with all different random numbers. Every time he calls me, it's a different number. Kukwa Safalasa, hey, Sidi. I know it's him. Sidi. I just know it's him all the time. So now I think he has included his wife in this. The last time it was his wife calling me. My husband and my son, they are stuck. It's always in the Val. In the Val, I can't remember.
Even it was in the Val.
It was in the Val. I wonder why they didn't call Mafusi, because
Mafusi is in the Val.
Mafusi is the one who's there.
The other time they called her.
They were running short of money, transport money, right? And they called her, and she went for the rescue, because they said, we're coming somewhere, we're going to Davidton. So now when we get to the Val, we realize that we short of that, the taxi money is not enough. So Mafusi had to rush with her husband to go give them that money. And then the second time around, they phoned me, they were still in the Val, and I said, you should call Mafus. I said, it's Mafusi, because now I'm far. I can't even make a plan. And then the other time, the wife said, I have money, so now it's in M-Pesa. I don't know how I can send that money. I want someone who can send the money to him right now. I said, you know what? My M-Pesa number is here with me. Good shot. Deposit the money. When I receive notification, then I will send the money to your husband. She did. I think she made a plan. She did. And then she said, and he called and said, she gave you only 1.5. I actually need 2,000 rands. Make it, because I know she sent you 1.5. Send extra 500, so that is 2,000 rands. I will give it to you monthly. Correct. He was not satisfied. All he wanted was my money, because he knows that I'm not going to run after him and say, where is my 500 rands? I just said, no, I don't have.
I think it's like a syndrome, I don't think these people, it's not because they don't have money or anything. It's just that syndrome where every time they don't have to use only that, somebody has to chip in all the time. Somebody has to chip in. It's a syndrome. It's not like it's like you're gonna feel sorry for them and say this. But they
doesn't lack. Not at all.
They don't. Well, even with our friend, because she was coming from a well-off family. You remember?
Yeah.
She was coming from a well-off
entitlement.
Every time. And it was the two of us, because I remember they used to send her money.
Yeah.
She was being given money that was more than ours, but she was always doing that thing. Always. Yeah.
So my mom says now, I think he had a case somewhere back at home.
Yeah,
and he needed the lawyers.
No,
you don't want to talk about
this story the whole time.
It's interesting.
Oh, okay.
It's interesting. It's interesting. So he's got livestock, right?
Yeah.
And
then if someone who's got livestock doesn't lack.
Yes, every time something happens, he will be able to sell quickly.
Yeah.
I say chalet. But then he goes to my mom. But my mom and her mother. Because I remember that time when we were living with our grandmother, because he was also living with us. We used to smoke cigarettes. My grandmother will buy that cigarette for him. Always. Then we'll complain.
And we're still kids. Why does he smoke?
If he
can't afford.
He can't afford. But my grandma would say,
yes, she used to say that.
So that's where it's coming from. Yes. Yeah, that was all about it, guys. If you're also doing the same thing, stop. People get tired.
Yeah, you were talking about the case.
Oh, yes, that case. He had a case. I think he
had a fight with someone.
Yes. Because where he comes from polygamy.
Yes.
So his mom passed away, right? So the mom ngani. The mom ngani's kids, he's having like some issues with mom ngani's kids. So now there are issues even involves lawyers now. But it's like the other side, they are the ones who opened the case against him, and then after opening the case...
No. The case doesn't involve lawyers.
Yes.
They had a fight, and the kid from Mam Ngani opened a case against him. So, he just decided, okay, let me go to Mangwani and ask Mangwani to find me a lawyer.
And it was a matter of, families. Yeah. It was a matter of you guys can sit down. And talk about this and resolve this issue.
Yes.
So he wanted to take it to another level.
Yes.
So that he could go and find lawyers. Yeah. At that time, he doesn't have money for the lawyers. He wants my mom to pay for the lawyer. Sometimes
my mom doesn't work.
There is one thing that I don't understand. Just because my mom used to be young.
Yes.
She used to be working, and she's the one who used to have a professional job in the family. But right now she's old. She's on pension. She doesn't even earn an income.
Yes.
But he still believes that he needs to be taken care of by my mom.
Yeah.
And at that time, he's the one who's supposed to come and say,
hey,
"No, you have done a lot. Let me do it." Every time, makafika nje, uyazi ukuthi ufuna imali. So my mom says, you know, that day, I told him that, look at me, even my fridge is empty. I don't have money at all. I can't pay for your lawyers. I don't even have transport money to go back. Because every time they visited my mom will make sure that
even
like 20 liters here.
Yes.
My mom will always be, every time she buys groceries, she'll put something in there.
Yeah.
Soap, soup, whatever, rice. We know, guys, we're not supposed to touch it. Every time it's there, she puts it there by the corner. Every day she puts something in it. We know she's waiting for the day that cousin of ours comes, and then they will take it. Like, it was in her,
that was
her whole life. It was tradition.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 times a year, the kids, she will go shopping to buy clothes for his kids. But we never understood why is my mom doing this. And the day my mom realized, oh, this person now is old. I can't keep on doing this anymore. That's the his wife stopped coming.
Yeah.
Because the wife,
no, my mom went to Welcome.
I remember how it started. Yes.
So my mom went to Welcome, and then she stocked, you know, those
the jazz.
The
winter.
That
Winter
place still
jackets.
exists in
It
Welcome.
does.
People still go there to
Very
stock.
nice jackets.
Very nice. You get
Yes.
second hand. They come from Europe. So
yeah.
my mom was like, she went there and bought those. It's what they baked.
Yes.
Right. And then she called her and said, no. Go and sell. The woman was like, me, I can't sell. I can't.
Guys, you know,
sell.
we grew up, my mom selling. Every time she'll be something that my mom is selling. Like at our home, they are forever selling something. She had a job, like a proper job. She was a primary school principal. But she always had a side hustle. So this person, my mom says, let me try something, you know. Maybe she could sell, but she refused.
She said no.
She said, where she comes from, people don't like second-hand things. That's what she said.
Yeah, she even said, me, I just can't sell, you know. I'm that kind of a person who can't sell. And I don't remember that person working her whole life.
No.
You know?
No. I don't remember. Yeah, because my mom always had a plate. She always had a plate. But my grandmother was worse. He is the favorite.
Just thought of something. Remember when we were doing first year?
Yes.
And we were staying with our grandmother, and then we would travel by train.
Yes.
Every morning from Shawela to Auckland Park. So, you know, was scarftin, the rest scarftin, will buy body polo. And then there was this other lady who used to visit my grandmother every day. She would chill with my grandmother the whole day when we were at school. So our cousin was always there. And then she would tell us, like, when you guys leave,
guys, we have to do our lunch box. Every time we come back, our polony is finished. Like, what's going on? That lady said, your brother, you don't know. Every time you leave, she goes inside. And he's one of those people, like, every time when you dish up, he will say, no,
don't dish up.
I'm still okay. He doesn't eat at the same time with people. He will say, no, I'm okay. Then he goes to the fridge. The other time, remember we had moved to... I remember when we started working, right? We had our own place. We were renting at the townhouse somewhere in the East Front. So my grandmother kept on coming. No, West Front.
We've never stayed in the East
West Front. In
Yeah.
Then my grandmother was complaining, you guys, do you know that this is your home? How can your excuse was that you were at school, you were staying at the rest. So now you have a home and you don't want to come and live with me here.
And she was complaining about the amount. We asked, how much
do you pay rent?
You know?
And we tell her, she was like, whoa, that's a lot of money. You can't be paying so much rent. It's convenient because it's closer to work, you know, in this. And my grandmother complained. We said, okay, let's go test this thing. We're going to move out of this place and go live with our grandmother.
Yeah.
And then that cousin is there. He's always there. And we get there, we live it. I remember the other time, and the place was very far in the south. It was very far, and we got into traffic, and we were frustrated. We have to wake up so early in the morning. The traffic to the south is frustrating. But we stayed for about 2 months there. It was enough.
Because I remember our friend said, she came the other time, the friend.
The friend we were talking about in the other
doesn't
episode.
talk to us anymore.
Yes.
And she said,
you guys.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
She looked at the place and said, are you sure? I'm giving you 6 weeks.
6 weeks. Yeah, 6 weeks only.
6 weeks.
You guys will be knocking on my door.
And indeed. Because now after work, we'll call her. Can you come sleep over at your house? No, we're like staying with her.
Exactly. Because I remember at that time we used to love going to Groove.
Yes.
It was so inconvenient. You go to Groove. Like when you have to go back home and you look at the distance, you still gonna drive past Eldorado Park. And like, no ways, we were not safe at all. Our grandmother will have to forgive us. No. You know how old people will traumatize you. And indeed, but then you don't have to look at them. When I die, you have to be, it was 2 days.
Yeah,
remember we saw her 2 days and then she died. So traumatized. I remember my mom saying, but it's okay. Lina, I'm far from her.
I had never been traumatized. Were you traumatized?
What's Wanyana? And what my grandmother used to say, you will come today, ne?
Yeah.
And then maybe you skip 5 days. When you come again, you have been gone. Gone. You don't even think of me. You're like, okay,
but old people are like, all of them are
all
that.
Like that.
If you have a grandmother or a grandfather, like you can attest to that.
When you say to them, come and live with me, they're all like that. Because I was talking to Ntabeleng a few weeks ago. Liana, she was complaining about her dad because now he's old, because he's even blind now. Okay, I'm thinking of going to fetch my dad. Come and live. But the last time he was here, he was complaining. Stairs, climbing the stairs when I go. So don't even feel guilty about it.
No.
So now, our cousin, guys, at that time when we moved in with our grandmother, I think grandmother was complaining, now we live fine, we pay a lot of money for rent. I remember was it the first weekend? We went somewhere. We were busy. We
were always away.
We went somewhere. And when we got back, we were hungry, right? So, Nunale, Lina, maka freezing, you know the buy pack. And then he took all of it. I gave He said, I can't pizza. He like relax. He's cooking for us. He's cooking. Relax. It's a high. Rabana, I can't plating. This is a person who doesn't buy groceries. Who doesn't? But look now, we ended up being used to that thing. This is how our grandmother and our mother, this is how they treat him. So we should also be treating him like that. He is a special case.
Yeah, he is a special, but like, he doesn't even make, I just laugh. Like, he doesn't even make me, because he's a good person.
Yeah, he's a good person. You know? And he's got a lot of information. He's very smart. He's not educated, but very smart. Every place you talk about, he will say, I know that place and I will take you there. And indeed, he knows.
You know how we used to argue with him when we were doing our first year? You know, when we are doing your first year, you feel like you're smart, you know? And these people who didn't go to school, they can't tell me anything.
Yes.
And then he will say, you'll mention something. Like each and every topic, he engages.
Yes.
And you go like,
he knows.
Huh?
You talk about soccer, he knows.
He knows.
You talk about politics, he knows.
knows.
You talk about weather, he knows.
knows.
And he will tell you how Sandton looks like before it became Sandton.
Yeah.
And then you talk about these places that you say, you know, Rosebank, like, how Rosebank, I get like he knows. He knows. And he talks like everything is here. The way he talks about everything is like, Trump, he knows Trump. He knows everyone.
He knows everyone. Remember, he used to say to us, because we used to live early, guys.
Yeah.
We're living in Shawela, so from Shawela to Auckland Park, and then we can cut the rain. So you don't know like whether it looks like it's gonna get cold, and then he will say, don't even bother, it's gonna be very warm.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna be very hot today, or it's gonna rain. And how we used to get pissed off, like, and the way he said it, the weather will turn out to be like that. Exactly.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah, he's a very smart person.
Like that.
When he's watching, he loves soccer and he loves Orlando Pirates.
Yes.
So, you know all this, you think he only knows Orlando Pirates. He knows the history of all these players. And not the players, he knows their names, where they come from. If they are married or not married, their age. And not only by Pirates. What's the opponent? Like, commentator straight. So when he's very lazy, right? So I remember the other time they were painting like the walls inside the house. We have to hire someone. Like,
and he knows how to do that.
He could say, like, when you go buy paint, he could say, don't worry, you don't have to hire someone. I will do it. He will never say that. You should go hire someone and he will take a chair. Remember that it was busy. They were painting the living room. He took the TV outside.
And he put it outside.
He put it outside. He was sitting in front of the TV outside. And then also when he's watching, when it's soccer, when there is a soccer match, he plays the radio and the TV at the same time. He watches on the TV and listens to the radio. That's how he does it. And then when he looks this way, he will say, supervisor, you hire someone who said, I know this job, I'll do it. He's watching, he's minding his business. Then when he looks this way, he'll say, hey, Wena,
I remember this other time. I can't remember what they were doing, but it had to do with some building.
Yes.
And he said that thing is going to fall.
Like simply so. He doesn't want to be engaged, but he will just tell you it's going to fall, right? And then what's wrong? Because we are the one who are busy here. If you know, come do it. And then he said no. And he watches. Later on, he had to be busy.
Yeah, that person.
Then we asked him, well, how did you know that it was going to fall? The way they started, I saw that.
Like, he's crazy like that. Like, you'll be angry now when he comes up with his entitlement issues. Yes. But when he gets here and he starts talking.
Yeah, when he starts talking,
the conversation will flow.
You want to listen to him all the time.
He used to come to my mom and say, because my grandmother would say, no, there's a job for you.
Yes.
Like, I don't know how many people in the family tried to get him
Everyone tried to hook him up with a job.
To hook him up.
It never worked.
Some even paid money.
Yeah.
I never. After 2 days, he's back. Like, those people.
I remember the other time, said he got him a job in Carltonville, right? And then my grandmother leaves some money for him. He says it's transport money. You are sorted. Hapu made sure that everything is sorted. But now we went to Clip Town with our grandmother.
Yes.
Coming back, he was sitting there by the thing. And
they get 2 liters.
Well, what's that? And what did my grandmother say? Now we are angry. Oh, he's still here. He didn't. And then we don't get to drink. Transport.
And then that story, sir. Because I remember it was my mom who organized him the job, right?
Yes.
And then he came back. Now the man is back. There's no job. Immediately when it gets in the house, he's already telling my mom the story. We're sitting there with my so already
the mates,
but we are not involved. And then he tells my mom.
They will sit there by the dining
living room, and then we'll see, because it's like Punali stairs
and you go down.
So they can't see her. Telling my mom, those people, they are so cruel. And my mom, what did they do? You know this man, like it's like a distance, like a 2 kilometers distance. And then we're attacking.
Like 2 kilometers is too far.
Was it a kilometer?
500 meters.
And then
not even a kilometer.
And then like you put this cement
in a wheelbarrow.
And then you have to
you run
to the building with it. And then this man, the supervisor, is coming after you with a shampoo.
Because you have to do it fast. Because one people now waiting.
You have to do it
the building
fast
to be finished.
And then he said, when I got there, I was trying to, to pour
this
thing, and then I fell. I fell inside.
He said the cement.
The cement. And this man kept on whipping.
He didn't say he kept on whipping. He said, forgotten. It's like a line. It's like a queue of them. About 10 people who are doing this, like the same process.
Yeah.
You run with a wheelbarrow, then you put this cement, then you go back.
Yeah.
And then the other one is running after you doing the same thing. Like you have to run faster. When are you confusing the thing? The horse thing.
Oh, the horse thing.
Because there is no shambok there. Yeah, it's the thing of when are you
because then he said he fell.
Yes, he fell. Then he fell. Others, they kept putting this cement on top of it. That's what he said, because they are also in a hurry. Yeah. You get paid about how many times you went there.
And then my mom started crying. My mom started crying, and my son and I were laughing.
We were laughing at her mom.
So they had that we're like, hey, Luna.
Hey, at that time, well, now we can hear that this is a bullshit story. Yeah, it's a bullshit story, because my mom now should be emotional. I can't stand. No ways, no, I can't do this. So they felt, no. This is a very sad story. He mustn't go back there.
Yeah, he must.
Well, now we can figure it out. This person is lying. He's doing it on purpose for my mom to cry and say, I will do whatever for you. I will do what. And indeed, she did whatever. She did whatever. At some point, we were even jealous, but then now we grew older, but we were channeled to treat him like that. Because now we felt like he is our responsibility. Remember the other time my grandmother, it was very cold. And you bought my grandma a stack of socks. And then the following week we get there, my grandmother is wearing her shoes without socks. Or it was very thin socks. And then we ask her, but last week I bought you a stack of socks, like 10 pairs of socks, and they are heavy. Hi, but how do you do this? Yes. That was the whole thing. We should feel guilty. How our mom, but most of the people from our mother's side, they've been doing the same thing. Because our mom's siblings, they all died at a very early age. Like even the people that we call our uncles, because we have done the story about our uncle. That is actually our cousin. That's not our uncle, because their mom passed away when they were very young, so they were raised like our mom's siblings. My mom is actually the last born. So now my mom became the firstborn because of them. Yes. So now we should feel guilty. Everything it was like, but their mom died. Like, why? And then became the generation after generation of my mom passed. My mom was still alive. But we are very blessed, because even at this age, we still have our mom and our dad is still alive too. But then why is it our problem now?
Like, and there are these other ones. The way they say it, like you will be convinced that we are the ones who killed their parents. Like the way they say it. But guys, what are you talking? What is this? Doesn't make sense. But then That's it.
That's it.
But we're
Yeah.
not planning to talk about it.
Yeah,
What
that
are we
was not
talking-
a story.
But now it's too long.
It's too long, guys. This is a whole episode.
It's a whole
Guys,
episode.
we love you so much. We hope that our cousin got his 3,500.
I just hope because I want him to buy that car.
Yeah, I want him to buy it. But I know when he has bought the car, he's gonna phone and see. Hakina petrol. That one I'm expecting. Yeah, petrol. Hakiri tsidiso ena. Oh, what's tsidiso kam? Ah, yeah, mafusi. So now I phone my mom said Mafusi is not around. Maybe he tried to call Mafusi because now I know when he plays around the Val area.
Yeah.
So he knows that Mafusi is the solution. Yes, he will call Mafusi. Mafusi. Mafusi demon, the husband.
Mafusi and then Mafusi's husband, didn't like.
Oh,
He will always go. He's one of those.
Even if
Mafusi says, but he will say, no.
What if they are in real trouble?
What if they are in real trouble? What if this and this? And he's one of those people like you can just play with his. That guy is so like. I don't know. He just got a very good heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, he doesn't believe that people will bullshit you.
Yeah.
He believes in everyone. Yeah. He likes giving people chances.
Yeah.
Every time you say, maybe this person has changed indeed. You know, sometimes we'll all be complaining about the things that our dad does. He was the only one who will say,
yeah. He says that.
About first story and I say where so that say no. What's one that talk and let's I will
Yeah, he's that guy.
Yeah, so
if the cousin can meet direct with him,
every day.
Yeah.
But he's a lovely person.
Yeah, he is.
It's just that he doesn't want to take.
I like his conversations.
Yeah.
And
because again, he's very smart.
That man is very smart. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, guys, for watching. We love you.
And bye-bye.